89.3 FM Toledo and Lima, 88.5 FM Wasia, on the web at yeshome.com, on the SFM Android and iTunes app, and the TuneIn Radio app, and now at 89.1 FM Fremont.
Part of the All the Earth is Holy Ground tour is the group Hawk Nelson, and on the phone line we have Jonathan Steingard, who is the lead singer. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, April. How you doing?
We're doing good. How about you guys?
I'm great. It's a sunny day.
Yes,
Beautiful.
It is. Now, are you guys in Lima yet, or are you about ready to head, or where are you at right now?
We are, we're in, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, I know, Elida,
yep.
Elida, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are here. We're setting up at the venue. Everyone's getting loaded in. It's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. And you guys are part of the All the Earth is Holy Ground tour, but it's part of Converge, which is an awesome youth conference. And you guys are actually going to be at Soul Blast, which is another awesome youth conference next weekend. So you guys are part of some really, really cool things going on. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's great. We're going to be in Battle Creek.
Yes.
Which is Soul Blast. So we're pumped about that. That's actually, I grew up in Ontario, and so Battle Creek is not terribly far from where I grew up. I mean, it's, other side of the Canadian border.
Yeah, probably like 2-3 hour drive maybe.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So how is the tour going? How long have you guys been out on the road with this particular tour?
Well, this tour started in mid-February, so we've been going for a little while now. And it's been awesome. We went out to the West Coast and did a bunch of dates out there. And it's a great tour. I think that 10th Ave and us and I and they, we all are a little bit different in what we do, but I feel like people that are coming to the show to see one of us would really enjoy the other two. And so, it's been a really good mix.
That's something we were noticing too. It's a good mix, but then you guys kind of blend well as far as what you're doing. So sounds like an awesome tour.
Yeah. It's like we're not necessarily like our audiences aren't necessarily the exact same people, but they're also not scaring each other. I don't think so.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, when we see you guys perform, particularly, what can we expect from Hawk Nelson?
We got a few tricks up our sleeve. We might have a few things that happen later in the show that partway through that we save. So maybe if people watch the first couple songs and they think they've seen it all, they haven't yet. So I don't. Maybe I'll save everything other than that. Maybe I'll save it.
Yeah, no spoilers. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Well, we know that you have a couple of new members of the band. I mean, obviously the switch with you taking over in leads and Jason leaving the band, and then you've added a couple new guys too. So tell us how long they've been with the band and how that dynamic has been going.
Sure. Yeah. Micah is playing guitar, and he's been with us for 3 years now. When I moved from guitar to vocals, I still played guitar somewhat, but we brought on another guitar player right away, and we had a couple fill-in guys for a little while. Actually, my buddy Scott, who plays in Colony House, he was playing with us for a little bit, and then we found Micah, and he's originally a drummer, so he just has a great sense of rhythm, and to have someone like that in the guitar position is pretty rad. And then David, who plays drums, he's been with us about a year and a half. And we've known for quite some time. He moved out to Nashville from Northern California with his best bud, Jordan Feliz, who you might have heard of now. So,
River. Oh, yeah. We've heard of Jordan Feliz.
So Jordan's been doing his music thing. He's been they moved out to Nashville together, and Jordan has been writing a lot and starting to put music out. And David was playing drums with him. But, sometimes when you're a singer-songwriter, like sometimes you can't bring your own band all the time. And so we sort of just asked David if he wanted to be involved with us, and he came out and tried it out and loved it. So here we are.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
The rest is history.
So that begs the question, and I don't want to throw you under the bus, but, so if you guys are rubbing elbows with Jordan, when you're working on new music, which I mean, I know the album has only been out for a year, but if you were working on new music, that would be a pretty easy collab to kind of get going. So, just throwing that out there.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. Actually, Jordan and I have already written a song that I think will probably be on our next album. We wrote a song I really, really love, and so I think most likely when we put out the next record, it'll be on it.
Very interesting.
Maybe I should have him do a feature.
There you go.
I hadn't even thought about that until you just said that. So,
see, I'm helping you out, dude.
Yeah.
Always gotta help you guys out. Support you.
Yeah.
So once again, we're talking to Jonathan Steingard, who is the lead singer of Hawk Nelson, part of the All the Earth is Holy Ground tour, and making a couple of stops with Yes FM being involved tonight at Converge, the youth conference in Elida, which is just outside of Lima, Ohio. And then next weekend, you guys will be in Battle Creek, and super excited to be a part of both. So, we talked about new music. I mean, obviously, Diamonds has been out for a year, so I got a couple questions as far as the music goes. Number one, I mean, how has Diamonds been going? And number two, all right, so new music, is there going to be new music coming out, or are you guys kind of holding off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we really, really believe in Diamonds. When we finished the record, we looked, kind of took a step back, and we were like, man, I think I'm more proud of this than anything we've ever done. And so to see it really resonate with people is awesome. Like, Drops in the Ocean, it's been a really cool thing to see whenever we play that song live. I can just see it in people's faces that so many people have known that song long enough that it's become a part of their story sometimes. And so, like, we'll start the song, and sometimes you'll see people look at each other with this knowing look, like, oh, yeah, this is our song, or something like that. And I just think that's awesome. And we're starting to see the same thing on Diamonds now, which is really, really cool. And there's another song on the album called Live Like You're Loved that has really been resonating with people at shows a lot, and I think that we'll probably release it as a radio single after Diamonds. So we've still got some music on this album that we really are excited about and believe in. But we are still working on the next one.
Well, you kind of have to always, to think ahead, have some stuff, in your hip pocket, ready to go.
Yeah, and it takes me about a year to really write enough material to feel like there's a really cohesive record, because at first, like, I'm just kind of all over the map at the beginning, and then things started sort of gradually sort of come together. So if we waited too long, that year would result in us being kind of off the map for a while, which we don't really want to do.
Nope, want to keep it fresh and keep it yourselves in everybody's minds. So with this new album, okay, another question then for you. With Diamonds, did some of the new guys get to write on that, or was that like, before they kind of came in, or where are they at in the writing process with you guys?
Yeah, Micah, our guitar player, he and I wrote a song together called Only You, which is the last song on the album. And he actually produced it, and he did a great job. So in that situation, Micah was pretty involved. The record was done when David started playing with us. So he wasn't really involved on it yet, but he will be on the next one. And then, outside of that, the writing process for us is kind of a lot of me sort of coming up with things and writing songs and bringing them to the guys, and then going through a process of refining them and making them better, and kind of working through parts and stuff like that. So that's kind of been our process.
Once again, we're talking to Jonathan Steingard, who is the lead singer of Hawk Nelson, and Hawk Nelson, part of the All the Earth is Holy Ground tour. Converge tonight is the place to be at the Elida Fieldhouse, and doors going to open at 7. Concert starts at 7:30. That concert is open to the public. Yes, the conference is for youth, but the concert itself is open to the public, so everybody make sure that you come on out. And then part of Soul Blast next weekend, which is the same thing. It's a youth conference, but the concerts are open to the public, so it's going to be amazing. And super excited to be able to hang out with you guys for both. Jonathan, in closing, is there anything, that you would want to impart to our listeners? Maybe something that God is encouraging you with, or maybe something we can be praying for you guys?
Yeah. I was thinking, I was just kind of going for a walk this morning and thinking about hope and what are the things that we hope for, and why do we hope, and why can we have hope? And I would just want to say to anyone who's listening on the radio that hope is a simple thing. It's the belief that the future is better and brighter than the past. And the reason why I believe that we can believe that is because God says that He works all things together for good for those that believe in Him. And so no matter what's going on in our lives, no matter what struggles we face today, those things are the raw material for God to build something beautiful in your life. And you can't get to that something beautiful if you reject the raw materials. And so I would just encourage anyone who's listening tonight to be open to the things that God has brought into your life, even if it's not the things that you hoped for, because sometimes it's something better than you've ever dreamed.
Good word. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome. Once again, we're talking to Jonathan Steingard of Hawk Nelson. Going to be at Converge tonight, the Alana Fieldhouse, part of Soul Blast next weekend. So 2 weekends with you guys. Woohoo! And we've currently been playing Diamonds and got it ready to go right now. So before we let you go, could you set up the song, let us know what it's about? Yeah, it's actually kind of a little bit about what I just mentioned. We really have seen in our lives that a lot of times the most growth happens in our lives through periods of trial and hard times. And so we just believe that God uses those things, the pressure and the fires of life to refine us and to make us stronger. And that's, so I think the formation of a diamond is something that's a really great metaphor for how God works in our lives. So that's what this song's all about. Jonathan, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and our crew will be seeing you tonight, and then we'll see you again next weekend as well. So you guys have a great show, and we'll keep you in our prayers. Thank you. Yes, FM.